All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, Ship It Nation YouTube station? The chat is popping on this Friday. It is sunny outside. It's your boy Ham. It's your boy Belman in the saddle for this Friday night. It's going to be a great show for a couple reasons. One, for some reason, we're giving away a $121 ticket over on DraftKings tonight. Can't wait to give that away because Jock Jams hit a homer. But let me say it off the bat. It's only on Friday nights when Jock hits homers that we give away tickets. But since I'm a man of the people, we're going to be giving one away, so make sure you're sticking around. We'll do that middle of the show, end of the show. Who knows when we're going to do it, but we want to give that away. And because Ship It Nation also turns 3, I think yesterday, or actually today, 3 years in the game. Shout out to everybody that's been here since day one, following us, watching the streams, being a member in our Discord. We certainly appreciate it. Before I hand it over to my guy, Belman, let's say hello to some people in chat. We got Michael Hart, Ricky, as always, Nade's our guys in here, Scooter. This has been the Higo said the best comment. That wasn't it, Warren. Jordan.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I'm laughing already at what he said about you body shaming J-Ram.
Where is he? It's all right. I don't like that one. Higo, body shaming J-Ram. Like, that was some good stuff. But Avery's in here, Philly Phantom. It's going to be fun. I can always tell it. Hey, we're from LA. You know, you show up fashionably late. Let the people in. We're going to give away this ticket. Bellman, how was your week? Any close to shipping anything, or other than that, how's everything been going?
Yeah, man, everything's been going good. No shippers this week, but we can always change that tonight. So hopefully we get it this evening. I was definitely cheesing about the J-Ram comment. Man, I forgot about that, but it just is a good reminder of the stuff we get into on these shows. We got a 12-gamer tonight, so excited about breaking this one down with you. Really good options for stacks. Pitching options, not so much, but we'll have fun breaking it down no matter what. How about yourself? How was your week?
Yeah, week was good, busy in the real life day-to-day, just grinding in the MLB streets. But, hey, it's Friday. It's batch life for the next 2 nights for me. Told you all about that. And then we hit the grind back again Monday. But 12-game slate. We got cores on this slate. You've already alluded to it. The pitchers aren't the best. You saw the cover boy, Spencer Strider. He's only $9,200. He should get some action. But let's go pitching right away. We'll get right into pitching before we go game by game in this 12 gamers. We'll get in and out of here 30, 45 minutes. But you got Cam Schlittler all the way up at 10-5. We know this guy can strike them out with the best of them. A couple 8K games. Subway Series tonight should be interesting. Taking on the Mets. So he's at 10-5. He's the highest priced pitcher all the way down to Mr. Butts, Seymour Butts, Ian Seymour, 8,000. The Rays at home taking on the Marlins. Talk to me through this range.
Yeah, so pitching, I mean, for lack of a better word, kind of stinks tonight for a 12-game slate. I'm sure tomorrow or Sunday we're going to have a bunch of aces on the hill because tonight we just don't have it. You got a couple guys up top that look good, namely Schlittler. I think he is pretty clearly right now the best pitcher on the slate, the guy you can feel best about. Projects, right up there as the best, second best, depending on where you look. I like him a lot here. I mean, he's expensive, but he's been phenomenal this season. You don't have to play him again because of the price tag, but I don't even think he's going to be that highly owned. And for me, if I can afford him, I want to play him. After that, 2 guys that come with question marks, but also elite upside, and that's Blake Snell and Spencer Strider. Snell I'm seeing get projected to pull a lot of ownership, like everywhere. I don't know. Like 87.
What about Strider? What kind of ownership is he getting?
I mean, I think Snell, like industry-wide, projects for more ownership than Strider does.
I think that's like one of the worst plays on the slate. I mean, I know the Angels strike out a bunch, but man, that's a tough click at 8,700.
I mean, I agree. Ship it. We have Ship it at projected at Snell at 32%, like the highest on pitcher on the slate. We're not the only place that has that either. So I don't get it, but I'm buying it as far as like what I think will happen. I mean, I don't know. Like he's still probably not really stretched out to like his full length because
whoa, stretched out to his full length.
Sorry. Damn, you had to call me out on that. I had a jumbled sentence. Sorry, I'm not perfect over here.
Wait, this is a family show, Matt. This is a family show.
I don't know if he's fully stretched out, was what I was trying to say. He's not cheap, although he's not as expensive as like mid-season Blake Snell. I don't know. I just think there's so many question marks that come along with that ownership. I do like Strider more. Less owned, striking out a ton of hitters as he always does. Boston, I mean, we know that they've got name brand value in this lineup, but it hasn't been good this year. So I think Strider's the number 2 option. After that, it's a bunch of guys that just look okay. Joe Ryan's my favorite arm of the bunch, but I don't like the matchup. Clay Holmes, too expensive. Michael Wacha, clearly too expensive. Hancock and Arrighetti, I'm fine with either of those guys, but I don't like either of them. I think both of them are due for negative regression sooner rather than later. It might not happen tonight. Hancock's in a really good spot against a suddenly just, I don't even know what the Padres are. It's weird to see them, and I said this recently. They're in first place in the NL West. They have one of the best records in baseball, but they've been such a disappointment from a DFS perspective. Tatis, no homers yet, obviously, and their lineup just hasn't really gotten going. That said, I think Hancock's due for negative regression. So is Arrighetti. Not excited about either of those guys. I don't know. After Strider and Schlittler and I guess Snell, I'm probably looking more to spend down than get different on one of these other expensive arms. I don't know if you see it differently.
I mean, stop me if you've heard this before, but Nades thinks the Brewers are going to cut up tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he does because he has never met a slate where he doesn't think the Brewers are going to cut up. But honestly, like they do nuke a lot. I mean, they have a good offense, so you could do a lot worse things than just stack the Brewers every slate.
This Hart said, I bet Hancock.
You all right over there? You good?
Oh man, you can't make this stuff up.
You good?
Man, yeah. So Schlittler, great. I love everything you said. I think if Blake Snell is 30% owned, he's the worst play on the slate. But I think where we mainly disagree is Spencer Arrighetti. He can strike out, folks. He struck out 10 in one outing, 8 in another. Anytime you're taking on the Rangers and a guy by the name of Jock Peterson is leading off, I really like your chances. I think Arrighetti at 8-2, great play there on DraftKings. A little bit more expensive on FanDuel. Not as palatable over there, but I still think he's a great play. That would be the one area where we disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, he's got K upside, and I don't like a lot of pitching on this slate, so I don't think you're wrong to like him. I just nothing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what you said makes sense. His strikeout upside is probably higher than those other guys. So if I had to choose between like him and Hancock, I would choose him.
Yeah, then someone put in the chat 6.5 is the strikeout prop for Snell. I think that's horrible. I mean, I know the Angels are striking out in droves, especially after leaving Toronto, but I think that's a bad play. Let's go down to below 8K. I do think Edward Cabrera will get some ownership at 7,900. Talk to me about Edward Cabrera, Randy Vasquez, Connolly Early, who had a good outing his last outing against Tampa Bay. Your boy, Bibby, I always butcher his name, Tanner Bibby, at 7,400 is dirt cheap. I don't hate Jack Leiter. I think the lower tier is bad, and I see the jokes in chat we got talking about Junk. Is he fully stretched out?
Probably. Man. Yeah. Probably is. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought now. Yeah. What did you ask me? Sorry.
The little below 8K. Anybody, Cabrera, your boy Tanner Bybee, anybody down in that range. I think that I like those guys a little bit more than some of those higher price guys.
Yeah, I forgot I was doing a show with a 5-year-old, so you have to excuse me. Yeah, no, just kidding. Yeah, man, I don't love this range either is the problem. Like, I think there are guys that look similar to like the Hancocks and Arrighettis of the world in Edward Cabrera, Jack Leiter, and Bybee, probably my favorite because of how cheap they are. Good matchups for both. I mean, the Reds haven't been great. The Astros haven't been great. Those guys are cheap. So I think Bybee and Leiter, my two favorites down there. Early, I'm a fan of his stuff in general, but like, man, I don't know if you want to go to this spot in Atlanta against the Braves, even without Acuna. Vasquez, I don't know. No Raleigh, but is that even a good thing right now?
Yeah, he's been so bad.
He's been so bad. I don't know. I'm especially with those other guys cheaper. No thanks. I think that outside of Bybee or Leiter, if I'm spending down, I'm going to spend down even more. Guys like Schulten's at 6K. I mean, Junk himself, your boy at 6,700. And I don't mind taking some bites out of the apple at Merrill Kelly, coming off his best start of the season, 5,500. A lot of pedigree at that price tag for previously really good seasons. You know, not like a ton of them.
You're right.
But like, you know, this guy was at times 8 to 9K pitcher. So
yeah,
he hasn't been good this year. Don't get me wrong. I think the Rocky stack looks good, but I don't love pitching on this slate. He's cheap enough, not getting ownership. The matchup's obviously good enough where I could see using a little bit of Merrill Kelly. Not that I like really feel great about it, but I don't know. Is there anyone I'm missing that you like, or
no? I think we're.
You want to talk more Hancock and Junk?
No. I think we're good. I think Arrighetti is the play. $8,200 against that team. Arrighetti is. I'm going Arrighetti or bust. I like Strider as well against Boston. Going to K a bunch. That's my pairing right there. That's my top two: Arrighetti and Strider, and fading Blake Snell. Not necessarily playing the Angels. If I'm playing multiple teams, I might, but I'm fading Snell, I believe.
Oh yeah.
You in or out on Snell like in 3 max?
Man, I don't want to play Snell. I don't think I'm going to be in, especially at that ownership. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Like, I'm happy you feel the same as me, just because the field's on him, projections like him. Like, I don't know. I get it. Like, it's hard to take too much out of his one start, but you know, he's a guy that routinely is like very up and down. So
yes.
Yeah.
He's better than Robbie Ray, and they're both southpaws, but he kind of reminds me of Robbie Ray. If he could definitely walk 3 or 4 people and strike out 7, then he's out in the 4th inning or 5th inning or something like that.
Yeah, agreed. We're still getting some more good Hancock and Junk jokes, not gonna lie.
Hey, real quick, Philly asked this. I personally say yes. I don't love Snell, so I would cap Snell at maybe, I don't know how many lineups you're doing, Philly, but 20% maybe if you're doing 20 or more. I don't even know.
I'd have to see how much I was getting of him at first to make that call. So I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I don't think you're wrong to say like 20%. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing else there.
He's saying the Sims. Trust the Sims. Philly fan. The Sims are saying Snell. Ham versus the Sims. I'm taking the Sims, but man, I think Snell's a horrible play tonight myself.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
So rate your let's go top 3 and then maybe top 1 under 8K.
Top 3, we'll go Schlittler. We'll go. It's tough. After that, there isn't much I like. Strider. Go Schlittler, Strider, Bybee. And then Bybee's the one, Bybee and Leiter. So like I'll give you 4-2 under 8K.
Yeah. Bybee's a good one too.
I don't even think he's very good at all. So that's kind of why I'm even thinking about
9 Ks
Merrill
his last
Kelly.
outing. Maybe he's getting back on track. We'll see. All right, I Arrighetti and Strider for me. Then I would put Schlittler third. So yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of how we're doing it there. Say what?
No, I said I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing else. How about you?
Yeah, nothing else to add. We're going to move on game by game. If you are just now joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. We're going to give away a 121 ticket to a Ship It Nation member. You got to be a member over there at Ship It Nation. We're going to give it away. Then we'll put it over in the Discord. You got to have Venmo or Cash App. That's the only way we can get you your 121 ticket as well. So we got to come up with some form of a question. Matt didn't like my question that I was going to pose earlier, so we got to think of a question. What you didn't like my question?
I mean,
So
I didn't think it was the best question, but as I said then, and I still say now, I got nothing better. So who am I to say it was a bad question? Because I can't even think of anything better.
there we go. Well, we're going to get right into it. We're going to use our proprietary stone over here that you get when you are a member at the Nation. Like I said, if you aren't a member, you still got time before we give away this ticket. That 121 would pay for 3 months of your membership if you hop in now. But the first game up on the slate, it's the Battle of Ohio. It's the Reds taking on the Guardians. Andrew Abbott coming off I think Andrew Abbott was coming off a pretty good performance in his own right. Yeah, he did decent his last time out against. Say what?
He nuked Houston.
Yeah, nuked Houston when Houston was chalk. Taking on Bybee, Battle of Ohio, Mr. Olympia himself, Jose Ramirez, batting second tonight, up from his normal third slot. Talk to me a little bit about this game. You got the Reds at the Guardians.
Yeah, so Bybee, we obviously talked about as one of the stronger pitching options considering the slate and his price tag. As far as stats go in this game, nothing really stands out. I mean, Abbott hasn't been good this year. There's a reason Houston was chalk against him, but ballpark upgrade for him getting out of Cincinnati, going into Cleveland. The Guardians offense is okay, middle of the pack here. I think namely I would have interest in Cincinnati just because of the leverage you're getting off of Bybee, who will be one of the highest owned pitchers. Other than that, there isn't much for me. I mean, there are 24 offenses in play tonight, and a bunch of them look really good. So it's MLB. No stack would shock me if they won the slate tonight, but these two, it would take me probably 30 plus lineups to get to either of these teams.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I asked you last week who Travis Bonanza was, and all he did was go out and steal 3 or 4 bags last Friday night. I think he put up 28 some odd points, but yeah, I think you could find better stacks. We're currently showing J-Ram sub 5%. Sub 5% on both sides. I think he'll be higher than that. He's just too good of a player going up against Abbott. Ramirez one-offs would be it for me. Let's move on to the next game, going from the Battle of Ohio to the Battle of Florida. You got the Marlins. You got the junk in the trunk taking on Seymour. I guess Seymour's an opener, and Schultens is the projected long reliever at 6,000. So talk to me a little bit about this game. You got a pitcher's park. You got a Marlins team that's pretty weak hitting, taking on this Rays team who's had a solid season.
It's funny because when you look at this from a 30,000 foot view, you talk about a Rays offense that has been really good against right-handed pitching, and a Marlins offense that's got nice pieces against two.
Oh, we got breaking news.
What's that?
There will be no Blake Snell on Friday night.
Okay, so that changes the landscape of pitching. Who's pitching for the Dodgers? Does it say?
It doesn't say yet. Nades is breaking it to us. So, yeah. So, play Arrighetti, play Strider, then just start printing money.
Yeah. I don't know. This game seems like a game where you'd want offense. Miami against Schultens. Tampa, who's been really good against junk. But given the context of the slate, where this game is being played, I actually have more interest in the pitching than I do the offense. Just because there's some really good offensive spots tonight, and there isn't good pitching. Both these pitchers are cheap. I just don't love either of these stacks, even though I certainly see the case for getting to either of them. Neither of these pitchers are very good. I struggle to personally get there on this particular slate.
Yeah, I think there's always better options on a 12 gamer. Definitely with the Marlins. I don't like playing the Marlins ever. Nades always says that there's a lot of blood red over there, a lot of sharks in the water, not Marlins in the water, just eating that lineup up. And then you can't stack this Rays team. I mean, they're just small ball baseball. They'll pitch hit in a New York minute, but Caminero can go yard. Chandler Simpson can rack up points. But it's tough to full 5-man stack them, in my opinion. I think there's better options out there.
Yeah, we see it eye to eye.
Yeah. Next game up on the slate, you got the Brewers. You got the Twins. I don't know what you call this because they're in separate states, but they're close, I guess. The Milwaukee headed up to Minnesota to take on Joe Ryan. Chad Patrick taking on this Twins team, who I will note, and you'll notice it there too, no Byron Buxton in this lineup, which obviously waters down this lineup quite a bit. Went double dong the other day. We didn't talk about Chad Patrick, but do you have any love for Chad Patrick, or do you like either one of these stacks?
I'm seeing Coleman Crow in pitching for the Brewers here.
Okay, maybe we have it wrong.
Yeah, that might have just changed because I did see Patrick earlier. Yeah.
Someone in the chat could probably tell us.
I think it's Crow, but either way, these offenses, again, kind of a broken record here. Like, I do think these offenses look better than any of the ones we've previously talked about, but not like best on the slate or even close to it. Neither of these offenses even made the slate plan where I'm listing the top 5. Milwaukee, I get it. Ryan can give it up to lefties, gives up power. Milwaukee has a deep lineup. They run. They could win any slate they're on. So I get it in that regard. I don't love them compared to other teams on this slate, though. Minnesota, I like less. I know they got their last game without Buxton, but I don't know. I don't love the Twins here. They seem just like a mid-tier stack to me. I'd rather stack the Brewers, even against a much better pitcher in Ryan, than the Twins here. That said, the Twins, cheap, much cheaper now without Buxton, and Crow is certainly a unproven commodity. So, yeah, I mean, both these stacks have roles on this slate, but I still think it would take me, I don't know, 15 lineups to get to Milwaukee, 20 to get to Minnesota, something like that, maybe 10 to get to Milwaukee. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me, when you got 20, like you said, 24 teams to choose from, 24 pitchers to choose from, Joe Ryan is not Nolan Ryan by any stretch, but he's not a gas can either. I think there's just better options than the Brewers. I'm not playing. It is Crow too. Several people in the chat have confirmed. Now they're saying maybe no, but anyway, I'm not playing these Twins, not without Buxton. I think Buxton is what do you call him? You call him a
cog in the machine.
Cog in the machine type of play. That boy can just double dong any night. He's been looking good. He's out. But, yeah, I'm out on both of these. I haven't really found a stack so far that we liked. Hopefully we get to one because I think I'm 0 for 3 in the stacks I like. But it'd be more one-offs than anything in either one of these games.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's mentioned that Crow might be an opener for Patrick. That could be. But Crow went 5 1/3 in his only outing this year. So
yeah, through 77 pitches. Nades mentions it's 77 and 77 pitches. But 90 degrees and 10 miles per hour blowing out. I'm assuming he means in Minnesota because that's where the game is, I believe. But in any event, let's move on to the next game. Got the Red Sox. I don't have any interest in these Red Sox. Mickey Gasper, whoever that is batting second for the Red Sox, taking on Spencer Strider, he who dominated the Dodgers and the first place Braves, taking on this Red Sox team. Connolly early. Last week had a good outing, but talk to me about this game. Any love for the Braves or any, I'm assuming, one-offs for the Red Sox?
Yeah, so the Braves here, the big problem with Atlanta is they're expensive. They don't have Acuna. I like early stuff, but this has been a really good offense this year. They profile well against left-handed pitching. I don't like the spot for early. I think they look like a good contrarian stack in tournaments. Not much more than that. but they've been really good this year. They're going to be low owned against an unproven arm. So that's enough for me to at least be interested in GPPs. Boston, I don't know. One-off, sure. Strider, like you get bad Strider, Boston can win this slate. So that's kind of the interest I have in Boston.
No, don't play Boston, man. That's the worst play.
I mean, it's not the worst play. I'm probably not going to play them, but why would you say they're the worst play?
I mean, Spencer Strider is not getting lit up by this Boston team.
Why not?
I mean, he's Spencer Strider. There's some guy named Mickey Gasper batting second. Like, there's 3 Ks right there.
Good, man. Don't Tolu Smith Gasper here. Like Gasper's.
Oh my gosh, Mickey Gasper has been good.
Your boy Mickey.
Aren't
Gasper.
the Red Sox like the worst team in the American League?
They haven't been great, but what does that matter for tonight for DFS?
Well, you said he's been good. I'm just saying, how has he been good? He hasn't been that good.
Well, no, I mean, he's only been up for like a week, but he was hitting in the minors before that. He's a cheap catcher. So like he's been good for like how he's priced on DraftKings. He's like 2,500 hitting second catcher. So
Gasper will not get a hit in the first 7 innings.
So what's he going to go yard twice in the 8th and 9th?
I mean, maybe off a reliever, but and then people will be victory lab. But Gasper,
I cannot wait for the Mickey Gasper bomb in the first inning, even if I have Strider and all my teams.
All right, Mickey Gasper. If Mickey Gasper hits a bomb, there's another 121 ticket next week. One night only, people. One night only.
Oh God, that's funny stuff.
Mickey.
Yeah,
Gasper.
again, like I don't think that Boston's a good play, but I don't think they're the worst play either. I mean, you got Strider again. Strider, like 2-3 years ago at this point, was a guy you never wanted to stack against. But like,
still don't.
Well, what are you talking about? I mean, last year, the year before, he gave it up when he didn't have his best stuff, and he's going to get ownership tonight, especially now with Snell off the slate. So, again, I'm not going to be stacking them because there's too many other teams I actually want to stack. But man, you're making me want to stack Boston here. Just
please don't do it.
You're so confident that they have no chance against Strider. And
no chance. It's like Triple H. You want me to sing? No chance. That's what you've got. Like 0% chance.
Okay. I got nothing.
I think that's Triple H. I might even messed up who it was. Anyway, moving on to the next game. Don't play the Red Sox. Play Matt Olson instead, even though he's triple the price. Got the Subway Series. Schlittler taking on Clay. Get off me, Holmes. Looking forward to this game. Bo Bichette, the former Toronto Blue Jay great, Bo Bichette. 3 strikeouts guaranteed. But talk to me about this game. Any love for these Yankees? You said Clay Holmes was overpriced. So any love for these Yankees?
Clay Holmes is overpriced because he's not a great strikeout pitcher, a great pitcher in general. But that doesn't mean I love the Yankees here just because they're super expensive, not a great ballpark. They're always in play. They're that good. But, man, like, with how pricey they are here, it's tough for me to want to prioritize the Yanks. I mean, Judge always in play as a one-off, but other than that, I'm likely not stacking them here. The Mets, no thank you. Schlittler is that dude, so I'm good. If they go off on him tonight and win this slate, I'll play again tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, I see it kind of the same way you see it there. Is our Gangrene?
I view the Mets like you do Boston because I think Schlittler is that good right now. I don't know if Strider
I do too. Is the game in Atlanta or Boston? Because
Atlanta.
Okay, that's what our sheet says. But he said, and then Nate said it was here too. So I didn't know if we had it backwards by chance. But
no, it's in Atlanta.
All right. Moving on. Sticking with the rivalry week games that we have. What do we call this? The AJ Pierzynski brawl game. I forget what they call this series, but anyway, you got the Cubs. Edward Cabrera. I like Edward Cabrera tonight, taking on the home run king Murakami batting second. This White Sox team, they don't win a whole lot of games, but they are fun to play in DFS. But talk to me about this game, Cubs against the White Sox.
Problem with the White Sox is how expensive they are. So, like, yeah, I am interested in, like, the Murakami and Colson Montgomerys of the world, but, man, they're so pricey. They're playing them over just guys in better spots. So, I'm probably out on the White Sox here, even though I don't think I like Cabrera as much as you do. On this slate, I like him more than I do the White Sox stack. The Cubs look good, though. Sean Burke.
You and Nades in lockstep. What's the weather like, Nades, in Chicago? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, Sean Burke is certainly not an arm I'm afraid to pick on. The Cubs have been good this year. They are more expensive today, so makes them harder to roster, but also less owned. So, yeah, I don't know. I like the Cubs, but I think there's teams that I like more that are easier to fit. So, I don't know. The Cubs, of all the teams we've talked about so far, are probably my favorite stack, but hard to roster them, man. They're uber pricey.
Anybody you would leave off a 5-man stack? My boy Lieutenant Dan's all the way down there in the 9th hole. PCA, the corpse of PCA in the 8 hole. Is there anybody you would leave off that stack?
I mean, there's no one I'm that I like have to leave off. No, I mean, Crow Armstrong is uber pricey at like hitting 8th or whatever, but if I'm stacking them in like large field stuff, I'm not Xing them out of the field. Yeah, I don't know. How about you?
All right. Moving on to the next game, we got the Rangers. We got Jock Peterson against the Astros and Jose Altuve. Spencer Arrighetti, the best arm on the slate, taking on this Rangers team. Any love for any of these Rangers or Astros, Matt?
I mentioned that I don't think Arrighetti's as good as you do, and I think he's got negative regression coming. I do think that a lot of the reason you think he's a really good play tonight is because of his strikeout upside, which I have no arguments with. But like that's it for me. I don't think he's a great arm, and he walks too many hitters, so it's a bad combination. I'm not excited about the Rangers though.
So hold on. So let's talk about this a little bit. Give the people, why do you think he has negative regression coming?
Just because his like underlying stuff isn't that great. And again, I mentioned that. Yeah, okay. Like it's for me, you're looking at a guy like his ERA is 188, right? His expected ERA is 540. So that's pretty clear that like something's not completely adding up. Now that's not the end all be all expected ERA, but that matters, especially when you've got such a big gap there. He's putting too many guys on base. I think he's getting lucky with BABIP. Like I'm probably not in on Arrighetti, even though I get him tonight because of the slate. I don't love Texas here, but if Arrighetti starts to pull ownership after like the Snell stuff, then I like Texas more because I don't think Arrighetti's that good. I think he's got strikeout upside, which makes him appealing in DFS, but again, I think he's got regression coming. So I am interested in Texas here, and they're pretty affordable. So yeah, again, I'm only playing 3 teams tonight. I'm not sure I'll get there, but as of this moment, I'm more likely to stack them than play Arrighetti, especially since you love Arrighetti yourself.
Yeah, man, play Alejandro Ozuna and then let me know how that works out for you. Like, who are these people? Like, no, I'm not playing Alejandro Ozuna. Jock Peterson's going to get 2 at-bats. Corey Seager's having like the worst year of his career. I mean, goodness gracious.
You forget that like Houston's also got the worst bullpen in baseball.
I don't care. They're going to have 1 inning. They're going to have to pitch 1 inning tonight.
Oh, because Arrighetti's going 8?
Yes.
Okay. I love your confidence, if nothing else.
Yeah, Snell's out, Lone Wolf. He's been out. All the people are saying that. All right. We have Spencer Arrighetti, Cy Young himself, taking the hill. All right, next game up on the slate. I don't know what they call this one either, Matt, but it should be a good one. I'll call it the Battle of the Arch, the Show Me State, the Royals, Bobby Witt, my boy Bobby. Love watching Bobby Witt play baseball, taking on the Cardinals, like watching them play too. JJ Weatherholt. I think the Cardinals are in a great spot. One of my favorite sneaky stacks of the slate. Talk to me about this game. Royals at St. Louis.
I think both teams look good here. Definitely a game where I like the offenses more than the pitching. Cardinals coming back from the West Coast, now in the Midwest. I know they were just in that Sacramento ballpark. Waka, both these arms, like May and Waka, 2 arms I'm not afraid to pick on.
Former Cardinal great Michael Waka.
What'd you say?
Former Cardinal great Michael Waka.
This is true. I think that like the West Coast games have the best stacks on the board. Like we'll get to them. The best stacks are in the later games. It just is what it is. But this game, has teams approaching those games. Both sides, I think, are wildly in play in tournaments, especially where they're not going to get much love. Definitely.
So you can 5-man stack the Cardinals, Arrighetti, Strider, and then I got to find a mini stack, and then we're shipping it all. Deal?
Let's do it.
I like this guy, Colin. Hit the like button. I don't know how many likes we got out there. Colin's in here every week. We certainly appreciate you. If you haven't done it so already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button for us. We're going to give a ticket away. We're running out of time, man. We're running out of time. We got to think of something. I don't know what it's going to be, but let's think of something for the people. Give away the ticket. We'll do it when we get through all these games. All right, talk about Chalk City. You got the Diamondbacks headed in to take out Nades' boy, Kyle Free Money Freeland. That actually may be Title's boy, but Freeland, not that great, but not that terrible either. But Merrill Kelly, you see his numbers down below. They're pretty bad, but we talked about it last game. He kind of got back on track against the Mets. Any love for any of these Snakes or any love for any of these Rockies?
Yeah, so this is a classic core spot. You've got the Diamondbacks against Kyle Freeland, who I think the field – I'm higher on Freeland in general than the field is, but I got a hard time not putting my chips in on Arizona tonight. They're a team I play a lot, and I've played them in much worse spots than in cores against Freeland. Now, obviously, the reason you might not want to play them is because of ownership, and I get that. Again, I think it's another situation where you can make good lineups with the D-backs and good lineups without the D-backs. They're expensive up top, Carroll and Marte. They're kind of like the Athletics, Kurtz and Langoliers, Marte and Carroll. After that, they get a lot cheaper. So they're affordable. We don't even have like expensive pitching that we love today, besides Schitler for me, and even him, like he's really pricey. So yeah, the D-backs are the top stack on the board, but you don't have to play them in tournaments because they're going to be the highest owned, and there are a bunch of other really good stacks. The Rockies also look good. I mentioned my fondness for Merrill Kelly on this slate, but that's just a pricing and slate thing. I don't love pitching on this slate, and he's really cheap, but he hasn't been good this year. The Rockies have upside, and they're not going to be nearly as owned as Arizona. So ownership aside, I love Arizona here, but we play an ownership game, so you got to knock them down at least a little bit because of that. Colorado looks really good.
Yeah, Colorado, you 5-man in Colorado, just more 3-man in them.
I think you can 5-man them and play against Merrill Kelly in a bad Arizona bullpen with no lefties really in the pen at all.
Yeah, someone put in the chat, Corbin Carroll hitting 400 against lefties so far on the season. Our stuff really likes TJ Rumfield. He's the 3rd-ranked batter in our stuff over here, which is wild. All right, let's go to the next game. We obviously don't know much about the Dodgers pitcher, but we do know a lot about the Angels pitcher. And spoiler alert, he's not very good. Dodgers going to come in, I would say, number 2 behind the Angels. You said it about the Cubs, I believe, but the Dodgers always super pricey. Shohei, $6,400, going back home to his old Angels mates. But the Freeway Series, any love for any of these Angels, even though we don't know the pitcher, any love for any of these Dodgers fulls, minis, or one-offs?
Yeah, so the Angels now, we're not sure the spot they're in, but I kind of like them as leverage against Snell, and now they're going to be even in a better spot against the pitcher who wasn't expected to start today. So, yeah, I like the Angels tonight a lot more than I think the field does. I want to see who's pitching for the Dodgers before I really, plant my flag there. But I don't think it's going to be someone I'm afraid to pick on. So, yeah, I think the Angels in play and the Dodgers look great. Jack Kohanowitz, he's not good. I mean, he's been better than expected so far this season, but coming off his worst start of the year, now in Angel Stadium, good hitting weather. I don't know if Ohtani will be back in the lineup, but either way, it's a lethal Dodgers lineup, and they look like one of, if not the top stack on the board. I mean, given how good of a lineup it is, I would argue with no one who wanted to rank them above Arizona, who's been a disappointment this year. So, yeah, a lot to like on the Dodgers, and I like the Angels more than the field.
Yeah, Will Klein from the bullpen will start, is what several people in the chat have said. So I don't know much about
bullpen game. I don't love it. Bullpen game, I don't love it.
Yeah. 2 games left. Do us a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're trying to get out of here in under an hour. We should do so. We got the Padres taking on Mr. Cock. Emerson Hancock and the Mariners. No Cal Raleigh, as Matt alluded to earlier, on the shelf. But Emerson Hancock, he's going to come in super highly owned. Like you said, this Padres team is just disappointed. The record's a lot better than what they do in daily fantasy. But I don't like playing in this park theoretically. But talk to me about this game, Padres at the Mariners.
I can't quit the Padres. They're like a bad drug for me right now. I just keep playing them. They've been good to me in spots, but in general, they've been pathetic. I like a couple guys on them again tonight. Jackson Merrill, Tatis, probably 1-2 in this lineup. Hancock, another guy due for negative regression, even in this ballpark. The Padres are no strangers to bad ballparks for hitting. Those guys both run. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play them, but maybe the late slate. Like, I could get on board with some Padres here. Much higher on San Diego than the field is, even if I don't personally play them.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think you can stack either one of these teams. You could play some one-offs, but it sounds like for me, it's going to be pretty concentrated on where I'm going because these stacks are just tough. Let's move to the last game. I think there's going to be some interest here. We got that Cracker Jack AAA ballpark we talked about. Nick Kurtz went yard again yesterday. Bangaliers can go yard. Rooker can go yard. But this Athletics offense, pretty lethal, I guess, at times. You know, they play half their games in a AAA park. The Giants, who I don't think will get much love today, out of a bad ballpark into a really good ballpark, taking on Aaron Savale, who we love picking on. And this is a rematch of the what was it, Matt? You remember this? It was the 1990 World Series when we had that earthquake between these two teams. You remember that?
I was 6, but I do remember it. Dave Stewart.
Stewart, yes.
Yeah, I do remember. Man, the only thing I'll say is, well, first off, I agree. You get about as big of a ballpark upgrade as you can get going from San Fran to this Sacramento park. Now, they were just coming from LA, but even still, like, the Giants look great here, and they're really cheap. And because of like the Dodgers and D-backs and Rockies, they might fall through the cracks a little bit. So, yeah, I definitely can play some Giants in this spot. I've been playing Giants, so see no reason why I can't get on board with them tonight. And then the A's, like Tyler Mahle, the A's kind of like the Diamondbacks, as I mentioned, as far as how pricing goes. They're really expensive up top, and then it gets cheaper. Yeah, both those teams look like two of the top 5 stacks on the board, in my opinion. I mean, we talked about the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers, the Rockies, the Giants, and the A's. I think those 5 teams all in the late games look like, in my opinion, the top 5 stacks on the board with other teams creeping in. So, yeah.
Nate said in the chat the Giants will be higher owned than the A's. I think both of them are in play. I like the A's at home. Got a question from you, my guy, David Russell, throwing in 5 bones. We certainly appreciate that. But do you put more emphasis on opposite bats to the facing pitcher? And is that something you can set up in SaberSim? I'm not sure I fully understand the question, but maybe you do, Matt, or maybe we can get some clarification from David.
Do I pay more attention to opposite bats? I'm not sure.
Yeah, David, put some more clarification around there. All right, Matt, it's that time. We got to give away a 121 ticket to a
He's probably talking about like the handedness, like lefties against righties, etc.
Handedness.
And yeah, hopefully, is my screen frozen?
No, you're good now.
Okay. Weird, but yeah, I think it's all baked into projections and not something that I do anything more with personally.
Yeah, I don't want to double count on it for sure. And don't fully understand your question, David. We certainly appreciate it. All right, we got to give away a ticket to a Ship It Nation member. Matt, I'm going to let you do the honors of picking something so we can give it away. You have any suggestions?
I do have a suggestion. Well, are we just giving it away? Am I picking someone to give it away to, or something?
Yeah, let's make them earn it. Let's make them. Let's make them answer some sort of question. They got to be a member though at Ship It Nation. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, might as well do the original one you had thought of.
All right. Well, you didn't like it, but we'll do it anyway. We're just going to pick one city, right?
Yep.
All right. So the question that I posed to Matt that he so hated This is for a 121 ticket for a Ship It Nation member. I've been to 24 MLB stadiums. I have not been to 6, but we're looking for 1. You get 1 answer. I have not been to 1 stadium or 6 stadiums, but we're only looking for 1. What's the stadium that Ham has not been to? No, the answer goes in here, Ricky.
That's funny, though. So Redfish is talking about how he had just arrived in Vail when that earthquake hit in 1990. And Colin's like, stay safe. Like he just was in an earthquake or something.
No, I've been to Houston. I've been to Yankees. I've been to the Marlins. Daikin, I don't know what that is. I've been to Wrigley. Come on, Josh. I've been to Wrigley. That's like Sacramento. I have not been to Sacramento, but that's not what the answer we're looking for. Well, I've not been to Oakland. I'll say Oakland. Nope, been there, Scooter. Ebbets Field. I've not been to Ebbets Field. I've been to the Rangers Stadium. Oracle. What is Oracle? That's like Golden State.
Warriors. Yeah, that's the Warriors.
The Mets. I've been to the Mets. I've been to Milwaukee. Chase Field is Mets. Camden Yards is Orioles. I've been there. Anaheim. I've not been there, but that's not the answer. Oh, we got a winner. We got a winner. Mike. Mike is a winner. Mike.
For extra credit, what's the Guardian Stadium called?
Progressive Field. Oh,
it
am I
is.
not supposed to answer?
No, it's fine. What do you know what it used to be called? Like what it's
Oh, the Jacobs Field.
Yep, the Jake.
Yeah.
I actually went to a game. They had a day game last week against the Angels, and I went to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that was this week.
It was a couple days ago. It was a good time. No, Colin, I was just laughing at that because he was like telling a story about an earthquake from like 35 years ago, and you're like, stay safe. I chuckled inside.
Yeah. So, Mike, hit us up in the Discord over there at the Nation. We'll get you that 121 ticket. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Sorry for the lame question, but that's the best one we had. All right, now we do it every Friday before we get to the home run calls of the day. Belman, give me the 2 stacks at the end of the night when Strider and Arrighetti are just going 16 strong with 16 Ks. Who are the 2 stacks that they're going to be up top with?
Well, I was going to say the Red Sox and Rangers, but I can't do that. I will say that in my first Sabre run, it was pounding the Rangers. So there's that for whatever it's worth. I'm going to say the Giants and the Dodgers. We'll leave Coors out of it. There's a bunch of good stacks tonight. I like both those a lot. And then what was the next part of it?
Oh, the next part is we got to go to the home run calls of the day. Oh, by the way, I failed to mention at the top of the show, our guy Belman went double dong last Friday night, just pissed all over Ham and his home run call. Luke Raley, former Cleveland, Ohio great, double donged in the Windy City. So I gotta give Belman his props that he did double dong last week. All right, you're back on the spot. The people want another double dong, Matt. Who you got tonight?
Well, first off, I got to address Colin, who doesn't look foolish at all. I just chuckled inside when I saw that comment. I'm sure no one even saw that, but I was just laughing because of the earthquake that was 30 years ago. But certainly don't look foolish at all, at least not from my point of view.
What about this one, real quick?
I mean, it's going to be hard when they both score infinity fantasy points. They both hit quadruple dongs.
I don't know. Zero. What if someone scores 0 and the other scores 0? Who wins? Who has more?
Jasper is not scoring 0 fantasy points tonight. I'll say that. I thought about him as my home run call, but I know you would just
you can't do that.
Send you into oblivion if I did that.
You can't do. Yes, Mickey Gasper is going to get 2 points. He'll get a walk. Congratulations. I hope you ship.
Okay, you know what? I'll go with the guy you mentioned in passing that our tools like a lot. I'm not as high on this stack, and I like the other pitcher a little bit, but TJ Rumfield.
TJ Rumfield. We have him as the 3rd ranked hitter. I think that's a great call there. I'm going to go one above that. I'm going to go the Burley man, Alec Burleson. Going to take Michael Waka deep tonight. Hey, anything else? Any other closing words before we get out of here?
No, it is going to be glorious, though, when Mickey Gasper hits a homer whenever.
Hey, if that happens, good luck. I got to get out of here. Best of luck in your contest tonight. Happy birthday to Ship It Nation. We'll see you next Friday. Appreciate everyone tuning in. As always, just